got a cell here, 72 cell, and these plants growing back here are the next generation of sweet and spicy. And today I'm going to show you what I do to prepare for the hydroponic grows. You'll see there's a lot of empty spaces here. I've already done it with my tomatoes that I'm going to grow in the winter grow room there. And I've got a nursery of sorts here. And let me explain this. This is let me pull these out. These are Oasis cubes. These are going to go in. I'll show you that in just a second. But this is a coffee creamer container that I painted a couple years ago, maybe 3 years ago. I'm not sure exactly. But this is going to be my nursery until they can be plugged in over there. Now it's filled with hydroponic nutrient master blend, which you add calcium nitrate and Epsom salt to make that mix. It's in my store if you want to see exactly what I'm talking about. Link in the description. But I took the creamer top here, I didn't paint it, and I used a 1-inch hole saw and I drilled 8 different holes here, and those are going to be what the peppers go in. And I will do a couple for you to demonstrate. So I've got my water here. I'm going to make sure that these are nice and damp. Now the Oasis cubes are already sitting in the container, so they're already ready to go. So the first thing I'm going to do is use a fork to take a plug, I call them plug, take a cell of plants, 2 plants. In this particular case I usually plant 2. You can get, when you're growing hydroponically, you can get it like this and then you can separate them. So let me put this over just a little bit. Actually, let me put them, exchange this. And what I'm going to do is take the hose here. I'm on my deck. Get this out of the way so I'm sure you can see. And make sure that you can see that this is actually in the video. Okay, it is. So all I'm going to do is gently wash the soil off of these 2 plants. It's kind of sandwiched between the sprayer and the deck rail. So just rinsing them like this separates them pretty easily. Just like that. Piece of cake. Now there's a little bit of, when you're growing in a potting mix or seed starter, it has container or pieces of wood product that doesn't come out necessarily too easily, but some of that doesn't hurt anything. Okay, so I've got 2 plants here. Beautiful little sweet and spicy next gen. I'm going to take one of these Oasis cubes. Normally I would use a knife for this, but I didn't bring a knife, so I'm just going to use the fork here and see if I can push it straight down in here and separate this cube in half. Alright, that worked out pretty good. So you can see here, split it in half. Make sure you're in there, you can see that. And then I'm just going to take one of these plants and sandwich it in the Oasis cube, just like that. Then I'm going to stuff it in one of these. Actually, I need to move some of because these cups are angled downwards, I need to remove some material. So it goes down in there easier. Alright, now I don't have to pull the roots out if I don't want to, but I'm going to, just because they can hang lower. And that's all there is to it. That's one done. And I put it in here. Face it a little, it's leaning a little bit out. Make room for the other plants. So let's do one more. Knife is easier. But these Oasis cubes are pretty easy to work with. Sandwich it. Stop this water. I'll waste water. Then I'm going to put it in. Oh, I got to remove the material. Forgot again. Just pinch it off at an angle, kind of downwards. Shove it down just like that. Let's see if any of this. Okay, a little harder to get the end of this one. You can pull it back out gently. Use my fork to see if I can pull a little bit of that root out. I don't have to pull the root out, but it's a little better if you can get the root to come out so it hangs further down, so it doesn't have to grow downwards further if or when the water level drops. All right, managed to finagle it down. The plants are pretty robust most of the time, but you got to be careful too, because you can snap that stem or break the roots off too much, and breaking the roots off is not going to necessarily kill the plant if there's still some on there, but of course breaking the stem will. All right, there's looks like 2, 3, 6 more here. I'll put those in here off camera, and then I'll bring you back. That's it. That completes it. That is all 8 in there. Now they're ready for plug and play directly into the type of hydroponics I'm going to grow in the winter grow room. And if I want to add more, they drink too much, I just lift it off just like that, and then carefully put it back on. I usually don't tighten this lid very much, just barely. And that's all there is to it. It'll sit in this container for however long it takes me to finish the others, and they'll grow a little more, which is actually what I want. And here they are finished. You see the peppers on the left. The tomatoes here, I think these are, I know they are Chef's Choice Yellow and Chef's Choice Red. So I got more coming, but instead of putting an Oasis cube, I just sandwiched between 2 pieces of styrofoam like I did before, because the stems are a little thicker than the peppers. And that would have been a little bit more difficult to shove it down in there. Plus I saved the Oasis cubes. This is Brent, you guys. We'll see you later.